Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here now for another page in my glue book that I've been working on. I really am down to now the very last bits, I think. I've almost finished it. I've just got some bits to the cover to do. And then I will be back with a flip through. I have enjoyed this book so much, I can't tell you. So yeah, I mean, I know that I said it before, but if you haven't done one of these ever, seriously, just have a go. They're just such fun. So I have bought this lovely picture along. I've sorted out all the elements here, or I've sorted out quite a few elements that I thought that I would like to use on this page to spare you obviously all the mucking about that I had last time. The only thing is I may want to add something else, so I haven't quite decided yet. So I'm just going to, in the first instance, glue this picture down. So we just pop this one down here. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a good day. I hope the sun is shining wherever you are. Our sun is not shining today. It may be by the time this video goes up, but at the time I'm filming this, it's not shining. But I can't complain. We have been exceptionally lucky lately with the weather. So although it's not shining now, it has been really nice lately. So yeah. Oops. Get those threads of glue off the desk. Okay, so just pop that one down like that. I've got some of my glue book favourites that I'm going to use here. And I thought actually I'm going to keep this quite, neutrally coloured, I think. Although I have got that lovely Enid Blyton book beside me, which I'm going to just have a sort of rummage through in a second. And who knows, things may go completely off kilter once I've looked through there. But my plan at the moment is keep it more or less neutrally with these colours. So I'm just going to have a quick look through my book here. And I have got that one. Oh, I'm not sure whether to tear this page out. I know that I'd seen this image before and I really liked it. I'm not sure whether I will have room to put it on there, to be honest, either. Let's just try and cut it out. So again, I'm just going to sort of roughly cut this out in the first instance so that I can get rid of the big piece of paper. And then I'll go back in and obviously neaten it up in a minute, but just helps to not have such a big sheet of paper, I find, when you're cutting things out. So oops, just cut this down so that I can see roughly the size that this would be. Okay. Okay, cut that down. Oops. Okay. Sorry for any noise, I could just hear my daughter is out in the garden. Right. So I was wondering, you see, if I could have it here somewhere. So if I just cut that there. Yeah, sorry, I can hear her screaming and shouting every now and then. She's obviously having fun sort of on the trampoline, and every so often I can just hear her kind of shout. Okay. let's have a look. Because I just wondered whether we could have that running up there. But to be honest, it really does cut into that picture quite a lot. And it does down there as well. So I might not bother. But maybe we could have it on the facing page. Something like that. Let me just have a look. And I've got these postage stamps. I just dug out any pink shaded postage stamps that I thought maybe would look okay. So just trim that down. And just cut that at the bottom like that. Okay. And we could have that just poking out there, or we could have it poking out up there. I think I'd prefer it down here. It's just to add some extra interest really to that page, I think. You know, it makes it quite nice, doesn't it? Now, do we like that one or this one? I know, again, it's just hardly a big difference, is it? But things like that, they do make a difference to us journalers, don't they? Us journal makers. So, right, let's just pop this flower on here. So this must be the plainest, you know, glue book page that I have done in this book, because most of them have been really fussy. I just wanted to do one that was kind of just, you know, I don't know, more simplistic, I suppose. But when I just popped these flowers around, I thought, well, actually, I quite like it just as it is. I don't really necessarily even feel it needs much else. I might change my mind, but at the moment, I'm quite liking it just literally as it is. So, okay. Let's just pop that down here, like that. And I'm just going to pop this ticket on. Excuse the backs of all of these things, won't you? It's where I was obviously printing, trying to get things right. And I actually obviously mistakenly printed this out in grayscale. So yeah, that was obviously what was wrong with that one. Sometimes I just hit the wrong key by mistake. I might have that postage stamp long. Now I've moved that out, I'm like, oh, is it better without? Oh, let's just have it. It adds more interest, doesn't it, to have more stuff to look at. Yeah, I've definitely enjoyed, oh my gosh, enjoyed the process of this glue book. And definitely, I really hope to make some more. I mean, obviously it will depend a little bit if none of you really seem to like it very much, but they're such fun to do. Such fun. And it's a great way to obviously use up a lot of those book pages that I've been hoarding for such a long time. And also quite a good way to use book pages where I have bought books and they have quite large images sometimes that I might struggle to use in a journal ordinarily. So it's, you know, a double whammy there. So I'm just going to pop this one down just so it's got something pretty on the facing page. And obviously colour wise that goes quite nicely. So again, just glue this. Okay. Okie dokie. Bit more. Okay, and then just pop that down on there. I just want that stamp sort of poking out behind that flower. Okay, looking good. Just shows that it's got something a little bit interesting to look at on the page, really. I mean, obviously I am predominantly keeping these painted pages just plain for journaling, but you know, you don't want just all plain pages. So I have tried to decorate quite a few of them with something, even if it's just like a little postage stamp in the corner, just so that most pages have now got something on them, because I don't want it to be, you know, really boring for whoever's looking through. I want it to be, you know, one nice pretty thing after another, really. Right, so that's that one. I'm just going to check. I know I can never just leave it, but obviously I had this little I think it's a boy, but it's hard to say. So I'm just going to cut this little boy out. I know, I said I was going to keep it all just those neutral colours, but when I just saw this little boy, I thought, well, he's kind of cut out of the book now, so wouldn't it be nice to be able to use him somewhere in here? Don't know whether I will or not, but, and he's holding, look, one of those foxglove flowers. So it would just tie it in, wouldn't it? Right, do we think that's just totally strange? Right, again, I'm going to have to stand up and look down, because just sometimes you just get a different perspective, don't you, looking down on it. I do love it without. I do love it without. Oh, I wish that I was live now. Oh, I can't decide. I mean, I actually quite like him just there. Do you know what? I might just have him there. I know I said I was leaving those pages plain, but... oh, I can't decide. These decisions, they're just... oh, so difficult. I mean, it's more interesting, isn't it, with him there? More classically beautiful, I guess, without him. Oh, let's put him on that page. Otherwise, I'm eating into that journaling space, and I had so wanted to just be rigid and not use the plain pages for, you know, embellishing and sticking stuff on. So, right, going to be good and leave them plain. Okay. Yay, there we go. Too late now. He's on there. I mean, I keep calling him a he. It may well be a girl, but I'm just going by the clothes. But that's a very outdated thing to say, isn't it? But then this book is quite old, so being that, you know, being the case, would suggest it perhaps was a boy. I don't know. Anyway, what a cute page. And then I was just having a look at these, and obviously I have got these beautiful little rhymes here. So again, I mean, I could just literally tear out one or two and pop them onto a couple of little pages. So for instance, that one, I mean, I could have it up there, but here's a plainer page, so could just have it there. So if I just pop that there, and then what I will do, so it's not just completely, you know, stuck on its own. I've got a little flower here. Oh no, because that's been inked up and nothing else in here is inked, so I don't really want to do that. Might just pop a little butterfly there. So we just pop that down. Okay. There we go. And I've got one more, which I thought was quite cute. Yeah, so I'm going to just tear this one out as well. Oh, and then am I going to just be rigid and bin this? Of course it should be binned, because what else am I going to do with that little scrap? Ridiculous. Why was I not wanting to throw that in the bin? Just bizarre behaviour. Right, I'm having a look for another page that actually has got nothing on it at all. I said that I had left a couple free, and now I'm like, had I left a couple free? I'm not sure I had. I can't seem to find any that are free. I'm wishing that I hadn't stuck that there, to be fair. Oh, perhaps we'll have to just have it back here somewhere. Perhaps I'll have it up here. Okey-dokey. So this book is nearly finished now, and yeah, I'm so pleased with it. I have had just the most fun making it, and I really do like how it's turned out, so I hope that you guys will like it when I do the flip through. But just before I do that, I'm going to show you in a second the cover, because I just love the paper so much. Just going to add something else to here, so just going to cut out this butterfly, just so it's not completely plain. So I'll just cut this out. Yeah, the cover, I didn't really know what to do with it, and I'm hoping it's going to be okay, because it was actually a glossy-ish cover. More like a sort of waxed finish, I suppose it felt like. I mean, obviously it was some sort of sealant thing, probably that film that they put over, but it had a waxy feel. So I wasn't sure how something was going to glue to it, but what I did in the end was I've glued on, what did I glue on? I have done, for these glue book favourites that I have been using, I made a like collage sheet for each one of them. So in the little set you've got the glue book favourites themselves, and then you've got a little collage sheet. That was an afterthought. Yeah, I didn't originally start out doing that, but obviously before they went in my shop I have done that. And this is the collage sheet for the glue book favourites too. I just love that page so much. It's just my type of thing. Yeah, I just can't tell you how much I just really feel so drawn to that. So all I did was, obviously I sanded down the sort of waxy finish, and then I have glued this on. Haven't sealed it or anything yet. I will probably seal it with some Mod Podge or something. And I also reinforced the spine of the book because it was getting a little bit chunky. The spine was feeling a bit loose. So I've reinforced it with some Tyvek, which again, I'm going to go over with some fabric. I just need to find, you know, go through my stash and find a fabric that I think is going to be just right. But I just wanted to share that cover with you because I just love it so much. Yeah, it's just my type of thing, all those bright colours, to be honest. So yeah, probably most people not quite so drawn to it as me, because actually I think a lot of you really like the more neutral colours, but I just absolutely loved that. Okay guys, so I'm back. It's actually the next day, but I thought that I would come along and we would just finish off this cover together. So I'm just going to be using my hot glue. Unfortunately, I've still not got any of the Fabri-Tac or the 3-in-1, but I have brought along a selection of fabrics. I'm very drawn to this one, I have to say. Just to me, that just really picks up the colours of that paper. So I'm thinking covering the spine with that. I have got a couple of other fabrics with me, which I just want to just check that I wouldn't prefer those. I mean, to be fair, that looks really nice as well. And for some reason I brought along these purple ones. When I was kind of going through the drawer, I thought, oh, perhaps the purple ones, but actually I think the greens look better. I've also got, no, not that one. And I've also got a navy blue, which I just thought I would try. No. And I have also got this bright green, which I hope this doesn't go, because look at how screwed up that is, and I would obviously need to iron that really. I do like it, but I think I'm going to go with one of those other greens. So thankfully, thank the Lord that I don't have to now go and iron that piece of fabric. Right, let's decide. So obviously this one, I don't have very much of this fabric left, so I'm going to have to be very careful as I'm cutting this to use. So just going to cut it down. I mean, it needs to go round, so probably actually need to cut it down, you know, round about here, I think. I hope that that's going to be enough. If it's not, you know, it's not a problem. I will just use this fabric. It will be fate's way of saying that that other fabric was actually better for the project. So there we go. Wow, that just looked like spider webs, didn't it, for some reason? Okay. I'll just cut those threads. Okay. This is such pretty fabric, isn't it? And I just thought that this went so nicely with all these beautiful greens and pinks. So it's, you know, for me, this feels like quite a treat to be able to use this fabric on this. Oh, that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Yeah, definitely love that. So yeah, as I say, I haven't got any of the Fabri-Tac or anything, so I'm just going to have to hot glue this down. I mean, it's not a problem. I used to, you know, always use the hot glue. That was, you know, my preferred glue, so it's not a problem. Now, what I'm going to do, I think, because I'm obviously short of this fabric, I don't want to muck it up. So I've just laid that down on there, where I can see, oh, I hope that I'm in frame. Don't think I am at the bottom. Right, let me, oh no, I don't think I was zoomed in the first place. Right, let me lift it slightly. So what I've done, I've like tucked that behind so that I can just see where that is behind. So as I know that I've got enough there to run that down. And then all I'm going to do is run a line of glue down this section here. So my hot glue gun hasn't been on overly long, I have to say. So I hope it's actually going to be warm enough to actually, or hot enough to actually do this. So I'm just going to run the glue straight down here on this side. I know I said straight down, I have to say that's probably the least straight line I've ever seen, but and then we just press that down like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go here on the, you know, the actual edge of the spine part itself. So running a bead of glue down there. Like that. Okay. Now I've deliberately not gone in that crease really, because sometimes hot glue, I find, you know, this is just my observation really, I sometimes find it's a little bit then makes it too stiff to bend, so I've avoided the actual crease itself. Now I'm just going to run an extra bit of glue down here so it's just, you know, glued a little bit further down like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to turn it over and obviously do exactly the same on the back. Again, probably avoiding really the crease. You know, I mean, that's just something that I sort of notice, that if you glue into that crease, I think it sometimes hampers the book opening. Not with all glue, but certainly with the hot glue. So I'm just going to press it in like that instead. Okay, press that down, hopefully spread that glue out, because again, hot glue obviously sometimes has a bit of a raised surface, so I'm just pressing it down so it's not sort of too bumpy. And then I'm just going to do the same as what we did on the front cover, just run an extra bead of glue down there just so that my fabric is pressed down, you know, properly across the edge. Oh, that looks so pretty. It's just my type of thing because, you know, I just do really love colour. So, yeah. So I'm just wondering whether we want to have like a book plate or anything in the middle. I mean, I do absolutely love it without, to be honest. But just to finish it off, we could just have a book plate there. And I'll probably just then Mod Podge that on and then Mod Podge over the entire outside cover, I think. So I'm not going to bother with any brads at this point, although I'm just going to check whether I do want any. Are you okay, sweetheart? Sorry, my daughter's just come up. You okay, sweetie? Yeah? Yes or no? Good. Okay, so let's just grab some Mod Podge. I have to say I'm running out of Mod Podge now as well, so I'm running out of literally loads of things now. I'll have to go online and order some more. So I'm just going to do this with my finger because I haven't probably got enough to actually do over the outside, you know, the whole outside. So what I'm going to do, just going to glue that down there like that, and then I will order some more Mod Podge and go, oh, I don't know whether I've got that very straight now. No, it's not going to want to move at all. Oh dear. Okay, hopefully that's a bit straighter, so just pop a little bit more glue down there. Okay. Oops. Obviously shouldn't really have peeled that up because now it's not wanting to stick properly. Let me stand up and look down on it to make sure it is straight, because it's quite hard to see when you're sat down. Okay, and then I'll order some more Mod Podge and you know, go right around the whole of the outside. But other than that, I'm going to just leave that cover as it is. So yeah, and I don't think this book really needs a closure or anything, because it's not a great big alligator mouth or anything like that. So for me, that feels now you know, nicely finished. So I will be back with the flip through because I've got one or two other bits that hopefully you haven't seen before. Yeah, so I will be back with the flip through, and you know, after I Mod Podge the outside. And yeah, I hope that you liked it, and hopefully see you guys again soon. Thanks very much then. Bye.